Hello again, everyone. Again, I want to try and do a quick card today. We're going to the opera this afternoon. We're going to the Grange. We're going to see Fledermaus, and the gates open at 3, so we'll be arriving somewhere around then, and then there'll be sort of drinks and nibbles and things before the first act. Then we will go and watch the first act of the opera. Then there's a 90-minute interval, and in that 90-minute interval we'll be having a posh picnic in a marquee. So all good stuff, black tie-do, so it's going to be really, really nice. Says chic. Last year it was raining. This year it's going to be absolutely red hot, so hope we don't get too hot. So quickly, I want to do a card before I start getting my preparations for this picnic ready. We're all taking a little, so it's not a big problem for any of us. We're just sharing and sharing. So my idea for this is put a new die here. It's a Gingko from Gummiapan. Haven't used it before, just opened it. And I thought, again, this would be an opportunity to use some of these old backgrounds that have been sculling around in my paper drawers for ages. So I thought I'd start off with that, cut one from there. I'm not particularly bothered what it looks like. You may remember that I often use the cutout shape of a die to see what the pattern is going to be when it's cut out. But I'm not going to bother today because I want to keep it way over to one side, because I thought I would use the other half for behind this slatted die. But I don't want to have it as a circle. I thought I'd do it as an oval. So this is a way of making your stash go a bit further. I'm going to use this as a backing and then have an aperture made out of a couple of ovals. These are nesting ovals. I don't know where I got them. I have no notion, can't remember. So my base card here, this isn't my base card, this is my panel, was made from a card base that I cut out and then made a mess of one side. So the back part, which was clean, is going to be the front panel, and the bit that was the dirty bit, I've cut around because this is going to be one of my double frames, if you know what I mean. So the first thing to do is to cut out this frame from the front of my card, and I think I'll have it just slightly north of centre. Let me put it onto my cutting mat and then tape it down, hopefully keep it straight. This one was obviously joined together. It's got the little tag things there. If I don't like those, if they stick into the paper when I try to cut it, I file it. I bought a cheap, like a Dremel from Amazon, and I use that just to file down those little snubby bits. I think that's okay. Right, we'll cut this one out. This should be really quick. This is my larger aperture. There we go. This one I'm going to put behind like that. Now I'm going to cut another piece of card with this one. Found this piece going around. This should be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to, let's get it straight, cut this out. All right, here's my aperture. Now my idea is this. Those two will go like that. This will go behind it. That will go behind like that. And this will go on the top. So I have visions of a little more green being added to the leaf, and probably a touch of gilding wax here and there. Who knows? Do you know, we used to get some wine from Germany called Green and Gold. It was absolutely delicious. I would like to add some dimension to this. I've obviously got to cut this piece off. And it's a question of, I think that one can go flat to that. So why don't I stick that on? Okay, let's stick that one on. This one comes out, it's all broken. I don't know quite, look, that's broken. Everything's broken. Don't know what happened to that. I might have to decant that into something else. Right. Let's get this sorted. I think that's got it. Okay. You may wonder what this is. It actually, I bought it. It's supposed to be for in the fridge for half a grapefruit. You know, you could hang it on a fridge shelf if you've got shelves in your fridge. But I use it to keep my baby wipes moist. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw it away after just wiping that one little bit there. So that's what I don't think I've explained that before. So now then, I'll cut off the excess of this piece of card here. That will do for something else. Now, I want to put foam tape behind this one to raise that up. So let's just do the foam tape bit. Here we go. So I'm just going to make it go around the corners. You can just press down and tug, and you can break the backing paper, and then the tape itself will go round a corner. Just saves cutting it all in strips all the time. A little tug normally just breaks it. I'm working with quite a large reel here, which is quite awkward, but so useful. Okay, might as well put the other bit on while we're at it. Right. Let's just take, how far does this come across? Yes, it's going to go on, that's fine. Do I need to trim it down a little bit? I don't think so. Okay, let's stick this on. I can put some more sticky on the other side of that. Or cut it off if I want to, it's no big deal. What's a circle when it's not a circle? When it's an oval. There you go. Now, let me cut out the ginkgo to start with, because I do want to make sure that I've got enough card for that. I'll take it in that corner there. I am going to do it just through there. It hasn't. I'm going to put it onto a firmer base. I love my magic mat, absolutely love it. But if something is not cutting absolutely right through, I will use a firmer base, i.e. one like this or one like this. That's for really, you know, difficult dies to cut. So put it on this one, I think. That's got it. Perfect. It's just that, you know, because of the give in this, sometimes you just need a bit more resistance, and so a harder mat makes all the difference. So I'm thinking of this kind of like that. I'm wondering about that, but no, I think that's going to be a little bit much, actually, don't you? Unless I define that a lot more. Let me just see what I can do with this. So I need some deeper colours, and Rustic Wilderness is springing to my mind. Let me work on a piece of silicone. Gloved hand would help. I don't want to go to the picnic with green fingers, do I really? Right. I don't know what kind of cardstock I used for this. I just don't have any idea. That's added some definition already, hasn't it? Do we need another colour? I don't want to put anything. I think it will work. I think that will work behind. I want a bit of gold on this, but I'll just dry that off with my heat tool for a moment. I'm just hoping I'll have enough. Oh, I should do. There's a bit behind there. I want something for a sentiment, so I think I'll have enough. But it should comprehensively get rid of that piece of the background, shouldn't it? Hopefully. Right, here's my gold embossing. Not embossing, gilding wax. Get a little applicator. I just love this stuff. I think that will do. So the next thing, to put some glue behind here so that I can stick on this. But let's cut it off first so I've got some spare. Does it matter what it looks like behind? I don't think it does. There's a nice bit of white round here, can you see? And that would look probably quite nice in contrast to this. Or would it look better that way around? Let's just see. And the light showing on the other side. I want it on the left-hand side for some obscure reason. Yes, I think that's better. That is better, except I've got that upside down, so that the other way I had it would have been right, wouldn't it? Okay, let me just cut off some of this. I think that's wide enough. Right, we'll put some glue around here. Okay. This is a 5x7 card base, so we'll pop this onto there. Just put a little glue stick, just to stop that foam tape from grabbing too fiercely. Right. There's our front panel on. Now we want to put the ginkgo on just there. And it'll need a bit of foam tape under there and there and there. The rest can be stuck onto the side. Okay, those 3 leaves on this side need a tiny bit of tape on. I did wonder about doing a layered ginkgo leaf, but this is so fine. I didn't want it to look sort of clumpy. So now the other side we need to have a touch of glue. This is broken off, and so it comes out quite quickly. See if I can be gentle with this bit here. Yeah, that's got that bit. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Now I just need a sentiment for there, and I've got a bit of background left here that I can fit a sentiment on, and I think I shall probably need to have one that's got a shadow, because it's going to be floating. I'm going to have to put some foam tape behind because this is lower. So I'm going to look for a sentiment, and I'll be back with something suitable. I found a couple of sentiments. This one says best wishes. I'm not quite sure whether that one is going to be a little bit large for there. I think it might be all right. I haven't ever used that one. I don't remember the make of it. And the best wishes would fit from there, or even from there, so that's fine. The other one I've got is thanks. This is a Simon Says stamp one. And I think that might, actually I was thinking that one, but looking at it, the size of it might overpower this a little bit. I think the fact that this is a smaller font may work. Let's just try it and see. I'll cut out the shadow first. I actually think that's going to be okay. Now the best wishes. Shall I do that this side? Oh no, I can't. There's a bit missing there. Can't do that. It'll have to go along here. That's fine. Same thing's got to happen. I'm going to have to cut this on a firmer surface. So I'll just switch the mats around. What's happened there? Well, actually, this is in 2 words here. Can you see? Best, then there's a gap, and then wishes. So I can do one from there and the other one from over here somewhere, where all is all is not lost. I'm actually going to use my precision plate. Goodness me, the best. Okay, that's going to go on there. Now I'll do the wishes from this side over here. Okay, that's great. That was a bit of luck. It was it's good job it wasn't congratulations. That would have been tricky. Okay. Here's my wishes. And I think I need to define these a little bit too, so there'll be a little bit of green and a little bit of gold going on these as well. So we put a little bit of green and a little bit of gold on these too. Here's my Rustic Wilderness back again. Put the glove back on. Just in places is enough, just to give it a bit of definition. That'll do. I'll dry that off and then I'll add a bit of gold. Okay. That's all dried off. Now a bit more gilding wax. Just dabbed around. Actually, I probably could have made it look a bit like the same card, even if I didn't have enough, by smooshing a little bit of green and gold here and there. Okay, now I'm going to just pop some glue on the back of these to stick them onto our shadow. There we go. Now I need a little bit of tape just under this left-hand side, a bit of foam tape, and then glue on the other bit. Just so that it lies flat. There. Now, just before I go, I thought I'd just share what I do to clean up from using things like alcohol pens and gilding wax. If I just if I just use this, it doesn't come off very easily. So what I do to clean my surface, and my work surface is actually a spare shelf from when we had our kitchen replaced a couple of years ago. So it's kind of a full mica-y stuff. So all I use is isopropyl alcohol. I buy it in a big bottle like this from Amazon, and then I dispense it into one of these little things, so I can just squirt it where I need it, like this, just on whatever bits that are required. Keep it with a pin in the top, and where I stand, it was forever falling over. And Anne in Rochester, New York, sent me one of these things that her husband Dale had made on his 3D printer for using with a small glue thing that I've got. And I thought I could put it in there, but it kept falling forward. So I found a little container and I put it in there, and it just holds it up. It's wonderful. So once that's on my surface, all I use then is some paper towel and just give it a wipe, and away it all goes. I don't know what that green was. That was easy. That was the Rustic Wilderness. Well, that goes easily. I think that red that's on my silicone mat was left, sadly, I didn't spot it needed cleaning. And it did stain, but that's neither here nor there. So, that really was a quick card. Clean and simple. Beautiful ginkgo leaf from Gummiapan. Background of shaving foam. Background. I have got a video about that. I'll try and remember to put the link to that video in the description below. And making a circular slatted die look like an oval one. So there are ways and means. So there's our completed card. Clean and simple. Gummiapan die. CraftAddictionUK slatted die. Don't forget, I think they are being restocked today. So any that you've got on order should be coming very soon. And please don't forget the discount code CAS for me, CAS5, and you'll get 5% discount. It also actually helps Steve to know how his customers are coming to him, whether they're coming via me or any other way. If you have that CAS5 discount code, not only do you get the discount, but he knows that you've got to him from me. So thank you for that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. And those of you who bought me coffee, thank you so much. I'm most grateful, and it's really generous of you. So until next time, bye for now.